Hello and welcome back to Okarga Farms here in Northeast Oklahoma, where today you find me in the courtyard. We've been having a little bit of a warm morning and I've been enjoying being over here on this side. We actually have a little bit of a chance of a shower today, so we'll see if this thunder actually turns into anything. But today we're actually going off site. I need to go find the material to actually put together this footpath. I've been talking about it for several episodes, and I've got other gardens that I want to begin, which those footpaths are going to be part of that. So we're actually going to go off site. I'm going to show you some path examples, some ideas I went through, and then show you hopefully a final selection. I've got to get those picked out, get them delivered here so we can start putting them down. But what I'm actually going to be doing is putting in large flagstone in this area. As you can see, I have a nice wide walkway going over to the bench. So I'll be filling this in, and also what I'm hoping to do is bring the plants in a little bit closer, maybe even put some creeping thyme and some things to kind of run in between the stones. But if you'll notice as we walk through, so I have a really wide path here as you go to the bench, kind of narrows down just a little bit in this area here, but then it even gets a little more narrow over here. If you notice, there's so many large hostas in this area. I'll probably divide them next year. But one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to make this path as large as the path on the other side. I like that it's a little more tight. It's a little cozier. And I just love the lush feel going through. So what I'm going to do is actually do different sizes of just individual flagstones. I had thought about maybe making a pathway with doing gravel and different things, but I just have so many different widths to worry with that I think just doing individual flagstones to actually step on in the garden is going to make more sense. I'm going to be looking for kind of a more brown, natural looking stone. Of course, we mulch most of our walkway areas that I don't have pea gravel in, and I think it's going to work really well. Of course, the colors of the house are white and brown, so it's going to be a nice complement to that. But I'm ready to go get those and get that started because I've been waiting for so long to get those stones brought in. Of course, a lot of those are going to be rather large, especially when I start into a landing area. I like more prominent size stones there. So I'm probably going to have to get some larger equipment, probably have to have some extra hands to kind of bring those in and get them in place. But I'm ready to get that on site so that I can start working on that. So what we're going to do is actually head out. I want to take you by the nursery. I want to show you a great example of a pathway that was put in by our team there. Not exactly what I'm going to do here, but I think it is a great example, so I wanted you to see it. And then we're going to head over to another one of my favorite places to visit, Hardscapes in South Tulsa. They have such a huge selection of product, and when you're looking for stone in this area, it's certainly the place to go. So I think it's going to be a fun day. Let's get in the car. We're going to jump on over and get the day started. So come along and let's get this stone picked out. So as part of the field trip that we're taking you on today, I wanted to bring you by the nursery, Sanders Nursery here in Broken Arrow. This is where I work. And I wanted to show you just a great example. Our sales team and other members of the team too have been working to put together this wonderful display. And it just happens to be on a topic that I'm talking about today. This wonderful flagstone pathway is actually just, if you look down, it's just actually put on a flat surface of asphalt. But they have turned it into this mini garden with wonderful flagstones, with wonderful curbing, and then just look at this lush garden that they've turned it all into. I mean, such a great example of how you can take a tiny little space and turn it into kind of like a magical wonderland. This isn't exactly, I don't think, what I'm going to be going with. I'm wanting to, go with those larger stones because my paths are wider in areas and not as wide in areas. But if you had a consistent path and a pretty level ground, this would be a perfect way to put in a pathway. Of course, it takes good expertise, taking your time. You want to get it level because you don't want people to stump their toes as they're going through. You want it to be nice and safe. And if you look here how they transitioned into this wider space, it flows very, very well. They did a great job on this. But it does take a little bit of time to get this type of walkway put out. Of course, the curbing is a great way to start, to kind of put your foundation in, get all of your widths laid out, and then find the stones that go in between that actually fit the space. Of course, here we don't have soil, so we can't plant any grass. So they use just a basic gravel to kind of fill it in, just to give you a feel for what you could do for some type of surface mixed in. Again, just a great example of more of a natural flagstone pathway. It'd be even great to put, steppables in, like creeping thyme, low growing herbs, things like that, or even mondo grass would be another great example. But I think they've just done a great job showing us an example of what it can look like. And I mean, just look at this amazing garden. If you put your blinders on, you could really feel that you've escaped to a garden just in the middle of anywhere. It's so nice and lush. I love the way the team has added in all of these plants at the different heights so that customers can see, actually, if they came in looking for a combination of plants, what different heights, plants that may go toward the front of the sidewalk, and even adding fun items in like statues, benches, things like that. It's just a great way to get customers really ensconced in an area and actually let their imagination kind of get carried away. If you come into the nursery and everything's just up on tables, you can't always imagine that. But if you come into a space like this, really can help you get better ideas of what something might look like in your landscape. And of course, the team did such an amazing job. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful, and I just had to share it. Of course, this isn't exactly the pathway that I'm going to go with, but what I think we're going to do now is we're going to jump back in the car. I'm going to take you out to the stone yard and show you some other examples of things that are options, but then also narrow it down and show you exactly what I'm thinking of using back at the garden at Okarga Farms. So let's go along. So we finally made it out to the stone yard. Here we are at Hardscapes, which is a great place to come here in South Tulsa. Of course, they have other hobby projects such as building fish ponds here, but they have everything that you need for that type of project as well. But today we're going to narrow it down, and I'm going to show you a lot of the different stone selections that they have here on site. It's a great place to come for inspiration, and I just want to take you around and show you a lot of the fun product that they have here. I did want to show you this beautiful, kind of a more formal feel if you were going to do something very angular, very tidy. This beautiful Pennsylvania bluestone that they have in would be the perfect choice. Just look at these perfectly cut off edges, this beautiful kind of a quiet gray. I mean, it would make a great courtyard at a very formal type of setting, but again, not exactly what we're going for today. So I think I'm going to continue around and keep looking. They have tons and tons to pick from. It's great when you come to a place like this that you already kind of have an idea of what you're looking for, because it can get really overwhelming all at once. So I think I've finally made my decision. I'm going to go with these larger slabs. This is called a 2-inch Taos Select here at Hardscapes. And what I like about it is we can get some really large pieces, especially for when you're wanting to actually begin stepping into a pathway. I'll have kind of a landing spot, so to speak, there. And then as you go on, we can chisel down some of these larger pieces, maybe even cut a lot of them in half to kind of fit at these random widths that we're going to need as we go around. But I think this is going to be a great complement. It has these wonderful warm brown tones, which plays off the browns of the house. And again, I like a little bit more of a natural type of stone, as we have a very informal house out in the country, and I think this is going to be the perfect type of rock to get. So now what we've got to do is go in, kind of figure out how much stone that we're going to need. We're going to have it delivered, and then hopefully in a video coming up very, very soon, we're going to actually get out and get started there at the house. May actually have to rent a machine to kind of help us get some of these larger pieces around, but I think it's going to turn out great, and it'll be great to actually get started so we can get some of these new beds started as well. So remember, if you liked this video, be sure to subscribe, like, and follow me, the Preppy Gardener, and I look forward to being back with another video very soon.